Please Ellen, don't change the logo to X. I beg of you. Family apps. Groupon. Aloha. YMXPT. Shein. Eventbrite. Twitter. People whose jobs require them to enter someone else's house, such as plumbers and electricians. What was the weirdest thing you've seen at a customer's house? My wife. Hey Commanders, I started microdosing bullets by shooting myself in the leg with .177 pellets, and after 2 months they stopped breaking seam. So I've moved up to .22 pellets. My goal is to work up to 22 LR by the end of the year, and then one day get to .223. Is this possible? Can I become bulletproof? My teacher accidentally called me by my name in class today. You could do anything on 2007 to 2012 Twitter. I showed people how to cook crack in a microwave and nothing happened. Now I can't even call a fat butch fat. What is the Caucasian way to say you got me ducked up? Newsflash buddy. A parrot that was trained by drug dealers to alert them of police presence and is refusing to speak after being detained. Everybody Google Florida man followed by your birthday. Florida man August 22nd, and tell me what you get. Mine is Florida man tries to attack neighbor with tractor. Do you guys think Christ was a Babs man or an Ace man? This isn't a disrespectful question by the way. If you're Catholic you believe Christ was fully human, fully divine. To deny that he had sexual temptations implies that he wasn't fully human, making you a blasphemer, punishable by excommunication for most of history. Now answer, Babs or Ace? Me in your cram sock, after eating the crunchy bits. Bro what the duck? Lindsay Lohan gives birth to baby boy. Jesus Christ he's huge. Japan University offers ninja studies degree. I didn't see you in class yesterday. Thanks sir. This is literally the one animal that should never be on coke. Cook when sharks might be feasting on dogs dumped off Florida coast, scientists say. My boyfriend died last year, so I'm just trying to get back in the dating scene really. Damn that's sad. On our first date, we should use a Ouija board to get his permission to smash. What the duck is wrong with you? Report, Oppenheimer bombs in Japan. Are you selling this oven? Yes, that's right. Is the chicken included? Kristen and James Armstrong posed for a family photo with Brandon Smith and their 3 children. I'm tired of you people. What do you mean, you people? Breaking news. Thanos pressured to give back Infinity Stones. Thanos claims he's not Recess because he has bulk friends. Getting a nose job so my future kids can be born with naturally small noses. When my wife and I separated, I got physical custody of our daughter. She was with me pretty much full time. Now my daughter is unquestionably the highlight of my life and I love her more than should be possible. But goddamn, it was exhausting to work a 10-hour day, pick her up from daycare, cook a good meal. I really tried in that area because she deserves so much more than McDonald's. Play with her, bathe her and put her to bed, all by myself every night. By the time I finally got her to sleep I didn't have the energy to do more than drink a beer and hit the sack myself. It was utterly exhausting. Still I find myself missing that time of my life. She was such an adorable little 4-year-old. Everything was new and magical for her, and because I had her all of the time I got to share in each moment. The very best view of the world that I've ever had was through her eyes. Thanks for that heartwarming tale. So nobody in marketing looked at this and thought, let's not. Hi boss. Yes, I'm pregnant. So, I would need a few days leave now to discuss this with my boyfriend. Please approve my leave. Please first discuss this with my wife. She read your first couple of messages. And why can't you type all this in one message? Me during sex. Hurt me. I never wanted you. Me. What? And your dad has a bigger one than yours. Me. Mum stop. Irishman, 41, who dragged his uncle's lifeless corpse into a post office to withdraw dead relatives' €246 pension is jailed. An Irishman who dragged the body of his grey-coloured and lifeless uncle to a post office in a bid to claim his €246, £213 pension has been jailed. Vabbing. Basically you wear your vaginal fluids as perfume. You put your lingers inside yourself, dab your juice on your wrists, neck, behind the ears, wherever you'd normally put perfume. People talking about it on TikTok reckon the pheromones from your pasta will help you attract partners, and they swear by it. I love how my 7-year-old nephew spells words. Cram in her, it is fun. Your father is rolling in his grave. The all-new Dodge rampant. Cats, descended from the most ferocious killing machines on the planet. Also cats. Killing of 5 bald men in Mozambique is linked to a new superstitious belief that bald men have gold in their head. Butter. Good for you. Your nutrition tip. Butter is slippery. That's why we eat as much as possible to lubricate our arteries and veins. Will you have another one? Nap, too much responsibility. Don't want to end up like Jupiter. All fun and games until you find out how rings are made. Fat people will be protected from discrimination under law, passed in New York as critics warn it opens door to sue anyone and everything. The bill will outlaw height or weight discrimination in work and accommodation. New York City Council Minority Leader Joseph Borelli warned it could lead to more lawsuits. The local old folks home had a garage sale. I got this cool gravy boat for just 0.25 cents. Had a job interview today, ducked the manager, and walked out with a new job making $7.25 per hour and you're still asking your parents for money. Can't relate. Pets him very carefully. Explosive dog. I need a bar. Hey Ariel. How's it point? Crack crack. Lucky. A pay. Bruh. So jealous. Gender is a scam made up by bathroom companies to sell more bathrooms. You opened the door for the quiet kid. Plus 17 assists. At my sister's funeral, my mom burned a CD of music she wanted played, Sarah McLachlan etc. But my mom is kinda cheap, so she also just burned other songs for later. They start carrying my sister's coffin down the aisle, and out of nowhere it starts blasting Holla Back Girl. Wife and I tried to recreate the stock baby photo. Needless to say we nailed it. 26. 2006. 20,106. Saw a mom picking up her kid from school today. Ever since I broke up with my ex, I've had insane smegma withdrawal syndrome, so cottage cheese helps me cope with the loss. 20 years ago today, we opened our hearts and our disc trays with the launch of PS2. Congrats on 20 years. Shut the duck up. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., because of our pushing the Ukraine into the war. Hannity, we pushed them to it, or did Putin invade? How much would it take to get him to just go away? Whatever it is, it'd be worth it. The 60s had an answer for that question. Metro billboard sparks alternative, grim interpretation on social media. It was simply intended to plant the idea to those stuck in traffic that commuting by train was an easier way in and out of the city. A Metro spokeswoman said, "Take the easy way out." A Metro billboard got some unexpected attention on Reddit. Just now, a former US intelligence official said under oath that aliens are real and the US have kept their bodies. Old tinfoil conspiracy theorist right now. I knew it. Popeye's looking different nowadays. What's your biggest accomplishment this year so far? Search Tom DeLeon 6 on Google Street View. Kids eat free. Join us at your local CPK to kick off summer and enjoy a free CP Kids meal with purchase of any entry now until July 31st, 2023. Use code CPKIDS for online orders. That's a daddy long leg. He could be a daddy, and he definitely has long legs. Emphasis on the daddy. If you could telepathically say something that all 7.8 billion people on Earth could hear at once, what would it be? You picked the correct religion. I'm real, and this is the proof you've been asking for. Then I'd watch the world blow up. Whatever happens to MS? Where did they go? If your social group is defined by a seaside nature, don't expect it to last a long time. Britain has Emma Watson. America has Selena Gomez. Israel has Gal Gadot. Your country has the highest seaside ratio in Europe. What's something you'd rather you didn't know about? I was working at Disney World when an obese dad tripped walking out of a restaurant with his child in his arms. He landed on the baby and there was no crying. In typical Disney fashion, was not announced dead until it was off Disney property. What is this? Wrong answers only. It's an old school Roomba. Pull the pin and it cleans everything in a 50-foot radius. If you're afraid of guns, just remember that even Winnie the Pooh was armed when he heard a bump in the night. Imagine getting shot by Winnie the Pooh with a double barrel. You don't have to imagine if you're in China. Long ago, a wolf explained to his son, eat a man and you'll be fed for a day. Whimper and roll over and play dead, and he'll feed you for a lifetime. And the next day the wolf woke up to find his balls missing. Male Redditors of Reddit, have you ever shown your best friend your pants? If so, why? We were at a party with 30 or so guys, and we all took turns. 2 people walk into the bathroom and smallest nut leaves. The last man standing wins. 20 years of repeat attempts and a few pieces lost along the way, but finally finished this 3D puzzle of Manhattan. I have bad news for you. What do you consider is your greatest sexual achievement? Haven't slept with my wife in over a year and still had a baby. Apparently spam can survive for a long time in the uterus, and when this happens the color of the baby's semen gets darker. French pigs be like, oink. Japanese pigs be like, oinku. American pigs be like, stop resisting. This is Garibaldo from Brazil. He may look scary, but he's one of the nicest birds I know. Big bird, I'm sorry, but Garibaldo looks like he sells orphans. What if your first name was Holden and your last name was Berries and you'd be like, I'm Holden Berries, and everyone would think you're holding berries LMROOOO. Excuse me sir, I feel attacked. The weirdest flex is professors who say that most students won't pass their class. Like, congrats you snack at your job. We had a math teacher like that. He failed the entire class on the final, then killed himself the next day. We did not get a redo. If a woman is cuddling with a guy or sitting in his lap, can she feel whether he has an erection? OP is definitely more Santa. You only got one family. Yeah, you only got one appendix too. But when it ducks up with your health, you cut that butch out of your life. I had my healthy appendix removed just to show my other organs I don't tolerate no bullshit. You can upgrade one organ in your body. What's it do now? Well, since I was born deaf, you could imagine that it's an easy answer for me. I would love to have a bigger nut. Why is it easy to stay thin in Japan? That's easy. The last time there was a fat man in Japan, a whole city disappeared. Imagine you miss a payment on a Tesla and it drives itself back to the dealership. Imagine dead old people in their Teslas just arriving places. Nope, it's not Zodiac. Hate it when people use their Zodiac to justify crappy behavior like, sorry I can't help it, I'm a Leo. No sign D, you are a butch. I can't keep in touch. I have answer. Shut up with your zodiac nonsense, Bethany. Japanese Delta Row inmates are not told their date of section. They wake each day wondering if today may be their last. Sounds like they want to leave them hanging. I hate the word nut. Cram is a nicer word. Oh, look at the squirrel storing. Cram for the winter. I regret this. I'm not my parents' son anymore. I'm their daughter. Edit. Trains' rights are human rights. Thought they sold you for a second. Rest in peace, Prince Philip. So many fond memories. Where is this from? Buckingham Palace. I had answer and got really sunny for a while. Everyone kept asking me my secret and then got all offended or told me it wasn't funny when I told them answer. It was the truth though. Answer treatment will make you drop weight like no tomorrow. I'm back to a healthy weight now, 10 years later. What type of answer do you recommend? Who should a self-driving car kill? Should a self-driving car kill the baby or the grandma? Depends on where you're from. If you drift, you should be able to take out both of them. It's almost over 14 years since this movie was released, and I don't understand how a bull have tights. It's a kid's movie. You wouldn't like to see a 25 centimeter nut bouncing in the entire movie. Man who donated his mother's body to an Arizona Center for Alzheimer's Research discovers it was sold onto the US military for $6,000, strapped to a chair, and blown up in blast test. How do you even discover such a thing? Piece by piece. When you pause the video, but the gunshots don't stop. This is America. 2003, I'm gonna be a famous artist. 2010, I just want a nice car. 2016, maybe next year I can afford health insurance. 2020, I hope I die soon. 1907, I'm gonna be a famous artist. 1939, I'm gonna invade Poland. Remember when Bugs Bunny ducking shot someone because he wouldn't stop coughing? North Korea vibes. My bill after getting bit by a snake. Imagine your card declines and they bring the snake back in. What's the worst thing you've ever done? So I'd started dating this divorced mum who had a 5 or 6 year old crotch goblin who was utterly convinced that his mommy and daddy were gonna get back together someday. Needless to say, he didn't like me very much and basically turned into the Antichrist whenever his mom wasn't looking and did an irritatingly effective job of clock bulking me. So on one of the rare occasions when the talking argument for pro-choice was with his father, I took a pass in the bottom drawer of his dresser. His mom found it sometime later and confronted him about it. He told her it wasn't him and tried to blame me, which caused his mom to go absolutely apeshit at him for lying. Because who would ever believe that a grown-ass man would pass in a kid's dresser, and forced him to apologize to me for it. Long story short, he avoided me like the plague after that, and I got to duck the shit out of his mom. Since we can't go to any bars, tell me what your pets are currently doing, but refer to them as the drunk guy at the end of the bar. The drunk guy at the end of the bar is clicking his sister's ace hole. What country, and not nearly as bad as the media portrays it to be? Antarctica. The media makes out that it's very cold there, but that situation is improving. What's bulk, hard, and 7 inches long? I don't ducking know. Please, I just want to be a top post. My life is slowly falling apart. My wife just left me. Claire, I still love you. Unfortunately, I think Claire is the one who knows the answer. Jeff Bezos realizing that he can change his gender and become the richest woman in the world. Then he marries Elon Musk, divorces him, gets half of his money, changes gender again, and boom, he's the richest man in the world. I'm screenshotting this to a Roll 34 artist. Physician. 20 miles from patient, performs long distance heart surgery with remote control robot. You can now die in real life due to lag. You have 15 seconds to ruin a job interview. What do you do or say? Interviewer asked me what I knew about the company, apparently talking about their company's spokesman being arrested for child molestation and possession of child pornography wasn't the correct answer. I love how Pikachu is so happy. He has the power to literally kill everyone in the heat spring. Moms should get a fast pass to the front of the line at coffee shops. Honey, you're 22 and slept 10 hours last night. Get to the back of the line. Imagine thinking that you deserve special treatment for getting cream del emerald. Grown men really let a football match ruin their day. Grown women let zodiac signs shape their future. To be fair, answer can really shape your future. This woman just came and bought $300 worth of fireworks, and I was being nice and said, "Do you planning a big barbecue?" And she said, "No, my son has muscular dystrophy and was supposed to die by 18. We are celebrating his 40th birthday tomorrow. He likes fireworks." Wow. That's a pretty cool way to put her son out of his misery. Hansel and Gretel ends with two Germans pushing someone into an oven. Yeah, but the witch deserved it. She was a big-nosed, curly-haired liar who was hoarding all of the treats for her greedy self, and oh no. My new stepmom is younger than me. Welp. This weekend my dad married his girlfriend. My parents got divorced over my dad cheating with her. I'm 24 and my new stepmom is 20. So there's that. And I'm not sure what exactly I'm feeling right now. Does she have a dad? Fight fire with fire.